Yes, I'm back in Scotland for another long distance trail, the Rob Roy Way, from here in Drymen, where the oldest pub in Scotland is, apparently, northeast to Pitlochry, about 80 miles. The trail's named after Rob Roy MacGregor, a Scottish folk hero and outlaw of the early 18th century who was known to live and roam in the areas where the trail goes. So let's get started. Past the pub and up the road. Always feel a bit self-conscious in public places doing those start-off clips to camera. I'm out of the village now though, so it's just you and me. It's good to be out on the trail again. Long distance trail that is, and Drymen. Good to be back in Drymen. Of course it's familiar to people who've done the West Highland Way, and it just skirts the north part of the village there, and but this trail has only about 2% of the footfall of the West Highland Way, so it's very much quieter. It's a misty start this morning, but it's going to be a beautiful day. It's well known that the West Highland Way is very popular. Over 30,000 people complete it every year, but the Rob Roy Way is a bit quieter. 450 people per year, so I'm expecting a bit of solitude. But a charming little trail village, Drymen, centred around the village green with the old pub and other pubs, restaurants, local walks. Yeah, nice vibe around Drymen. There was even a piper band there the last time we visited. And yeah, I was actually very pleased to see that since my last visit, by way of marking the fact that it's a trailhead for the Rob Roy Way, they've done a very nice job indeed of painting the inside of the bus shelter with an artistic scene and a route map for the way itself. So excellent. Oh yes, I remember this. This is where the West Highland Way crosses the road that I'm on, just north of Drymen. I was in Stirling yesterday, and I took the time to go and have a look at the Rob Roy statue there by the castle. It's a very impressive statue. It's a pity there's not anything like that at the start or the end of the way, but I'm happy with my bus shelter. First turning in the road. And the first Rob Roy Way sign with a reversed R's and a W. Pretty cool looking emblem. And down here. Thanks to Adam for lending me his Harvey's map of the way and recommending the trail. He did it earlier on this year. Adam's my mate who let me use his music from his rock band on quite a number of videos last year. Good stuff. Go and have a listen. I'll put a link up the top. I owe you a pint or two, Adam, so probably be something like Voodoo Jazz Hat or whatever weird beer you're drinking next time I see you. I've reached one of the ventilation shafts, which is part of the water supply scheme built in Victorian times to take water from the Trossachs area to Glasgow. I think there's several of these dotted around. It's early September and it's very benign conditions today. The mist has lifted, It's more like overcast conditions at the moment, and it will be for a little bit longer, but this afternoon the sun's coming out with his hat on.
The great blue expanse of Mediterranean skies, secrets of forever have nowhere to hide. So I dream awake of multiple million miles. The serpent bites its tail as it lies, and I am to awake light years beyond this place. Time got me in this state, and I am too afraid, no end to all the space. You lead me not to stare into forever's face.
This is the bit of the pipe that I was looking forward to, the extended, exposed bit above ground. I love all this old Victorian stuff. Cool.
The coral sky is Easter, rolling back the ranging clouds, revealing all of what the far-flung thoughts will allow. The obvious expanse of Mediterranean skies, secrets of forever have nowhere to hide, and I am to awake light years beyond this place. Time got me in this state, and I am too afraid, no end to all this space. You lead me not to stare into forever's face.
Bit of a stretch in the forestry, that's all done now I think, and the views are starting to open up ahead. Ah, the old churchyard. Let's go and have a look. Iron coffins. Wonder what that's for. To stop grave robbers or something. Pretty cool. Church reconstructed 1725 through to 1995. Well, I've reached Aberfoyle and it's time for a break. Just got to find a bench somewhere. I've enjoyed that first morning. Through the forest is okay, you know, it's when it goes on for days that it becomes a bit laborious and monotonous, but that was nice. And anyway, I've got a bench, and look, I've got this. I haven't tried these before. Jordan's Fruzzly. Cranberry and apple. Let's give this a go then, see what this tastes like. Quite nice. Funnily enough, it tastes of cranberry and apple. Quite moist. 7 out of 10. Quick tour of my break table, because I know you want to see it. Shoes off to wear the old feet out. There they are, drying on the bench in the sun. My map. Inners. Socks. My phone was charging up a minute ago. Tripod, because I'm the pro that you all know that I am. Half the cranberry and apple thingy, which I'll have in a minute. And yeah, I just thought you'd like to see that. How good is this little park in Aberfoyle? It's right out the back of the town. It's about a quarter of a mile up from the co-op. Oh, it's wonderful today with the blue sky and the sun coming through the trees. Well, it's been years since I had a game of golf, but when the course looks as good as this, I feel the urge. Whew. It's been a long, steady ascent climbing up this forestry logging road around the side of that big hill, and this section here I read on the Rob Roy Way website a couple of months ago was closed due to tree felling after a storm. I checked it the other day and it said it's reopened, but I was never really sure. Anyway, here I am, and there's a sign. Here it is, RRW, pointing to the left, and what looks like a new path. Yep, here we go. That's a lot of pencils. Back into the forest. You can see some of the storm damage, and they've pegged these signs out, temporary signs through here. Seems a bit dodgy, but we'll go with it. Rob Way path diversion, proceed with caution, please follow temporary diversion 200 metres to bypass this short section. Yeah, right, this will be fun. Proceed with caution, they weren't kidding. Ducking underneath beams here. Well, there might be beams one day. Oh, that's a bit better. It's like an obstacle course through here. Looks like a path. Yep, I think it is. Whew. And looking back, that's why it's blocked off. I think this is the proper path here, look. Blimey. Oh well, I did it. It was quite good fun actually. Oh yes, time for another break I think. You could camp here too if you wanted to. It's right opposite the bench, and a couple of little wood logs to sit on. Right, on we go, and I think I've got about 5 miles left today, so a couple of hours or so and then we'll be into Callander. That's better. Beautiful view. Over to the big hills beyond as well. Wow, what a view. I think that's Loch Fennecker and Ben Ledi up above. Onto the loch shore. Ooh, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful loch. Loch Fennecker. Well, I've made it to Callander. I'm a bit tired now. That's 20 miles. A lot packed into one day, wasn't there? Loads of things. All of it, well, most of it brilliant. Oh, and the weather as well. Does it ever rain in Scotland? So I've got a room here tonight at Callander, and I'm looking forward to the comfort. So that's the end of day one. I'll see you tomorrow.